So we got this in the mail today. We got something in the mail today that I was kind of excited for. Actually, I'm still excited for a little bit because it's a little different, and it's a handheld gimbal camera. So for those of you that have been into cameras for even a little bit, you have probably seen the Osmo Pocket. So the Osmo Pocket was a pocket-sized little camera that was on its own 3-axis gimbal. A lot of people really liked it. There was some issues to it, etc., but for the most part it got pretty good reviews and it got welcomed into the hearts of many. Yeah. Snoppa, I think I'm pronouncing that right. Snoppa decided that they were going to release something similar called the VMATE. Now, many of you probably realize that I've actually used a fair bit of the Snoppa stuff, and if you look behind me, up there on the top, I don't know if you can see it, we actually have a Snoppa Atom, which is the small one in the middle, and down here in that kind of orangey case, again, I don't know if you guys can see it, there's a little orangey case right there. That's a Kylin, so a Kylin M by Snoppa. And every one of these actually was done off an Indiegogo campaign. So when they decided to release this, I was like, yeah, I'm down. Let's see if we can save some cash and take a look. And it arrived today. So we're gonna crack this open and take a look. And that's coming up right now. Oh yeah. Okay guys, so here's their Indiegogo page that they released. Of course, the prices that I got it at versus what the prices are now are gonna be different because, well, the Indiegogo campaign is kind of over. If that makes sense to you guys. Is it focusing? I think it's focusing. There we go. There's some different VMATE packages, but I got the base one. I got the cheapest one you could get because it isn't a camera that I'm probably going to use a lot, but I was curious, and for something that's really this portable, it could be cool. So anyway, here's their site. I'm going to put a link down to it in the description if you guys are interested, if you've never heard of such a thing, and you guys can go from there. Anyways, what's in this box? This is it right here. So I opened it, just so you guys know. I opened it already this morning, charged it, and put it back in the box because I wanted to make sure it worked. But I haven't turned it on or done anything. So here we go, ready? All right, there it is. There it is, the VMATE. So depending on the package you get, my guess is that this box is gonna be filled with different goodies, and I'm just gonna pull some of this stuff out here. That's everything in this box. So in my box, we got a VMATE, and we got a lens protector and screen protector kit. So we got little double one of those, and those were sent out, I think, to everybody because their Indiegogo campaign reached a certain level. So we should all get that, but other guys will get more, like SD cards or tripod, I don't know, whatever. I got this good enough. Anyways, here it is, the box, VMATE. Super simple. You can scan this QR code down here to actually get their app. I've done that already. I just did a search for VMATE and it came up, so we're good. Inside the box, let's take a look at the box. We get USB-C to USB-A cable, kind of important. We get a little lanyard, so if you want to wrap it around your wrist, which is probably not a bad idea. We get looks like the manual. There's a manual. And last but not least, we get this fella. And it came right out of the holder. Try that again. Here it is. This is it right there. Right? So I'll spin that around for you guys. My hands are all gooky. I don't know what that is. Something on there. Hold on. I was cleaning downstairs, so I think I got some stuff on my hands. Anyways, USB-C cable, strictly for charging. Super cool. I don't know if you transfer data. I think it's just you plug your SD card in. This, though, useful. There's got to be a little spot somewhere on this to mount this to. Where? I don't know. We'll find that out. Put that there, though. That's we don't care. Before we open this, let's just lay that right there so you guys can see it. The manual, because the manual is important. Sweet Lord. That's the smallest manual I've ever seen. Ready? Front page. Cool. Open. Step 1. Step 2. What? Really? Step 3. Huh. That's not a great manual. Let's just throw that out there. Because there's no... I think the manual may be actually in your smartphone app. And I'm pretty sure it is. But that doesn't help if you don't have a smartphone and you just want to kind of use this. Because I'm pretty sure you can use this by itself. What I'm going to do here is just take my case off my phone. Because we're going to end up trying to mount this. I'm just going to lay my phone here. And this kind of comes in, it's like 3 pieces. So you have the main kind of protector, so you can throw that down if you so choose. This is going to be your gimbal with an actual mount on it. So this mount here, if you open it, you can see this kind of opens, right? This bottom one here is a spring. Top one's locked, bottom one is a spring. So if you so choose, what you can do is just kind of pop that in there. And it does fit for sure, an iPhone XR, so an 11. And my guess would be definitely a Pro. How much bigger does that spring go? Not a lot bigger, a little bit I guess. You know, you could get that over to the side here, so it's still one-handable, right? And be using both. And what's cool about this is that if you really wanted to, you could be filming off of this camera and this camera, or the front camera and this camera, possibly, because this should be able to record straight if you didn't use the app. First off, we're gonna take that back off, but that's what that does. If you don't want to use this, this can slide just right off. So you just kind of take that off, put that down here, and this is it. It's so tiny. I'm just gonna put it in my hand so you guys can see that, right? There it is. That's it in the hand. Nice and small. You do want to make sure you take this off, because that's not a screen protector. And I see this a lot with people that even have smartphones and other kind of gizmos and gadgets, is they're like, oh, that's a screen protector. I'm like, well, sort of. It's a protector for when it's in the box. When it gets to you, that should come off, because it doesn't necessarily work well with like touch sensors, and that's what this is. All right, so let's take a look at this real fast. On the side here, we're gonna pop that open. That is where your SD card is gonna go. So before we tour too far, I should have an SD card here somewhere. I do, 128 gig one. Let's just throw that in there. I don't know if there's anything on it. We'll find out. Hopefully not. Nothing that's important, I don't think. Seals up nice. So there's your micro SD card slot. Spin around. There's your USB-C charger right there. So that's where you're gonna plug in the charge. And last but not least, there is your power. Oh, that's your microphone. Just so you guys can see it right there, microphone. So don't go holding your finger possibly over that. That's gonna not be great. Other than that, well, looks like maybe a microphone on the back as well. That's about it. I think that's where your lanyard goes. So your lanyard goes there. Cool. It's tiny, right? You can, once it's there, just hold it, because again, not a lot of buttons. You just want to make sure you get access to it. You can put it back in here if you so need to. And really, you would only use this piece if you're using your phone. And the reason is if you look here, there's your screen, and if you pop that down, you cover your screen. You know, don't put this on and be like, well, I can't see what it's doing, because then you'd be right. So this comes off. These pieces only get used if and when you are really using a smartphone or packaging it all up to put away. Okay, so I got a card in there. Let's just crank this on real fast. I don't know what you guys can see. Let's just turn it on. We will stand it upright. Hold. There it goes. It does its little whoop, 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 and up it comes. There it is. Now, first thing I do notice, it seems to be, you guys see that? It seems to be a bit on an angle, because I don't know. It's definitely angled. My camera is straight, and that is not straight. I just want to show you this to see if I hit record here real fast, see what it does. Ready? Format card, sure. Formatting. So you see the formatting coming up there. Format complete. Awesome. I just want you guys to see this. So there it is, and this is just in 1080p 30. Error, please reinsert card. Error, please reinsert card. Couple errors. She seems to be recording now though. But it's error, please reinsert card. So can I even stop this? You can't even stop it now. Let's see if I hold this, right? Okay, it goes off. Okay, let's try something before we go do anything. I want to make sure that there's no firmware updates, because I think that may be important. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pop my phone on this. Am I reading the manuals? No. I want to see how doable this is without a manual. Okay, so I'm gonna come in here. We are going to, and I downloaded the app already. Hopefully you guys can see it here. So I'm gonna come here and just do a search for VMATE, and there it is, VMATE. Okay, Snoppa, follow your heart. Okay, connect the device. So I'm gonna hit this, searching. Yep, I'm gonna turn this on. There it goes. You can see it bouncing around, searching. It should be as close as physically possible. You guys see that? All right, found it. Click. Wants to join? Yep, connecting. We're connecting, I guess. My hope is that there's a firmware update. Please confirm the connection on the touchscreen of the device. What? Well, that seems silly because now I gotta pop this off. I'm just gonna pop it up like this, okay? So get it up higher. I'm just gonna rock it like that. So, confirm. All right, firmware upgrade. Yes, please. All right, we're gonna let this do the firmware upgrade, and then what we're gonna do is once that's done, we're gonna come back. Actually, this is going pretty fast, so maybe we'll just hold tight. I may change SD cards just to see, because you know it's not shooting 4K now, which is why I don't know why I'm getting this error, but I get it with 4K. You want to make sure you get a really good fast SD card. Upgrading, and you'll see it updating on the VMATE. It was nice that the firmware came up right away, so make sure you connect your phone just so you can get that firmware before you start fiddling around. All right, update complete. This still says updating. All right, let's find out what happens. I'm gonna say keep searching. Oh, no, I guess not. Does it restart all by itself or what? Connected device. Unable to join. You're correct. Please turn it on. Yeah, I get it. I'm gonna keep it held to see what happens. It's like it's on, but not on, because you can see, see the gimbal seems. I don't know. Maybe it's not on. Okay, hold on. Hold. All right, I'm gonna pause for a second. I'll be right back. I gotta figure out what's going on. A lot of people are getting some errors, so we're gonna find out. 2 secs, guys. Be right back. Okay, so I think I was just impatient. That's possible. Anyways, it's back and running right here. You can see the screen. And this firmware, as far as I know, actually just came out today, or I guess yesterday, because you'll see this today/tomorrow. So what I'm gonna do is put this back on. Again, I'm gonna just put it down so I can see the screen and put my phone back in it. And I wanna see if there's possibly like calibration things. So let's check a search. So join, yeah, connecting. Popping the SD card out, like I said, and putting it back in actually seemed to fix the card error. The connecting here takes a little longer than I would hope, but that's okay. Okay, you could adjust resolution, frame rate, and format, etc. Okay, so let's, by clicking on this. Oh, that's nice, just off to the side. So if I came here and said, oh, it's just a tutorial you're gonna go through. Camera modes, click here. Gimbal tracking mode, so full follow, pan follow, fast follow. Okay, move. Oh, you have a joystick on here, which is nice to control the pan and the axis. Device disconnected. I don't know why it just disconnected. Let's turn you back on. Come on, new firmware. Join. That takes a little longer than I would hope. Hopefully they speed this part up. Okay, so I can move this. Okay. Oh, it's just going through. Smart track. Awesome. You just track whatever. And start the boot is complete. Start shooting by movies right away. Not great English, that's for sure. So if I do this, will this? Oh yeah, see, there you go. That moves. See that move? And it's strictly by the joystick, like here. But again, here's my concern. Everything is straight. I'm gonna hit record here so you guys can see this, okay? More tutorial. Oh my gosh, stop with the tutorials. SD card error. So I'm wrong, maybe. Anyways, my camera is like straight. Look at the angle. Right, see the angle? It is definitely not straight. So I'm gonna stop this. And I'm wondering if there is a settings to do a calibration. There it is, calibration. Please place VMATE on a table and keep it still and upright. So I'm gonna pop this off. We're gonna put that down and we are gonna start the calibration, all right? Calibrating. Because I think that's also probably really important because right now it's crooked. It's funny because the gimbal looks straight. I'm wondering if it's the physical lens on the front is just not on straight because you can rotate it. See, it doesn't look straight. You guys see that? It looks like it's off kilter. I'm gonna see if I can do that after. I'm just gonna play with that. Yeah, see, look. I think this needs to just be angled. Yeah, see? So you gotta watch that. It's a bonus because you can rotate that 90 degrees so you can shoot vertical or horizontal. It's not like click spots. It actually just kind of goes in. So that's kind of weird. Anyways, just so you guys can see, you can kind of go through here. That looks way straighter now, right? See that? Right? You guys can see that's way straighter. There we go. That's better. All right, so I can come in here, switch the frame rate. I'm gonna go to 4K. Right? Do I just slide that? 4K. What do I get? 4K, 50, 60. Do I have 24? I do have 24. I'm gonna go to 24 for now. Format, H265 or H2. I'm gonna go H265. Audio. You have a denoise or on. So let's go to just on. I'm guessing. And can I do that? And then that's it. Oh, it automatically goes back to off. So I'm not sure what that means. Okay, so anyway, that's that. Anything else in my settings? Grid if you want it, grid diagonal, broadcaster, left hand holder, full screen, and calibration. So done all that. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna go for a walk. We're gonna take this out and we're gonna use it just with the gimbal. Actually, before I do that, let's actually take this out for a minute, because I think there's some touch screens on here. So first off, if I were to disconnect this, so we don't have this up anymore, phone is off, we're phoneless, so that would be a concern, because how do you do a firmware update if you don't have a phone? Okay, if I slide up, do I get anything? Slide down? Okay, so slide down, you get options. So you can see fast follow, fast pan, lock mode, full follow mode, and I'm just gonna fast pan tilt, fast follow, pan follow. I'm gonna do that, sure. If you slide across, you gotta reset. That's kind of cool. Slide the other way. Oh, you go through video. Now you can go up and down. Photo, pano, time lapse. Cool. I'm gonna go to video. Nice. If you slide up from the bottom, it's resolution, so 4K, 24, and each of those you can slide, I think, up and down maybe. So click 4K, more settings. Oh, you tap on it. Wi-Fi? No. Oh yeah, see, now I'm in more settings. Right. So now if I went back, sound. So let's say I pull down. Can I pull down? Or I just tap? Oh, I just tap on it. See, now it comes up and says which format. I'm like, yeah, I want that one. Cool. And I want to switch it to tap to like 60 or whatever. And you can just move it around. Okay, that's fair. That's good. I don't mind that. Okay. And then when you're here, I think what happens is to actually move, you have to be in the bottom of it, I think. And you can just maybe slide around. Because right now it's in follow mode. So it just kind of spins with you, which is what I normally would want. So if I want to turn, I'm just going to angle it, right? But it seems smooth, right? And it's just follow, so that tilt's going to go up and down. So you guys can play with that. What I'm going to do is we're going to go outside and play, but doable from here, doable from here. 2 seconds, guys. We're going to go. Did my light just go out? It did. All right, right back. All right, guys. So first, we're just doing a test record here in my little studio room, because the lighting's not fantastic in here, right? So you guys can get an idea of what this looks like in not great lighting. So here's the quality. I am shooting in 4K 24, so an idea of steadiness, you know, how this works in low light, etc., just to get an idea of how it works with different lighting environments. So you guys can get an idea of all this, which is kind of cool. Right? What do you think? That's kind of some low light stuff. And then what we'll do is we'll run outside and see what it's like in daylight. All right, let's go outside. It also has the ability to spin the camera 180 degrees. So let's see if this will work. I should almost see if I can track that. See if that'll work. And to spin it around, just so you guys can do, you actually take your thumb if you're right-handed, and you kind of slide across the screen and back. So you slide to the left and back to the right. So you'll see if I go left, right, she spins. If I go left, right, she spins. So kind of cool. Now I'm going to go outside to check the mail, because I have a feeling there's something waiting for me there. But it's great time for us to do 2 things. We'll walk following me, which is nice, so I get to see me in the camera and see how good it is. And this is just at arm's length, right? Keys. And what we'll do is then we'll spin it around and see what it's like the other way. It's cold outside. I should probably have my coat done up, but it's not happening. All right, let's go outside. Okay. See how it exposes. Hopefully I don't slip on the ground anywhere. That would suck. Snowy, wintry out. But look at the stability. That's really what we're checking for, right? Checking for stability. Now I'm just going to walk like normal, and the sound you're hearing raw out of the camera. Okay, turn. Okay, so the question is, how's that look? A little hard to get framed right, but it's there. Wish it was a tad bit wider.
little bit wider would be good, but not bad. Nice little walk. Got my keys, got my keys, got my keys. Here's my keys. There we go. Perfect, right there. You just got to get used to kind of tilting the camera body to make the actual camera move. So once you get used to it, it's not bad. And of course, I'm in the follow mode, so cars going by. Right? Can you hear the car? What's it sound like? And it's kind of windy, so my hand's protecting the mics a little bit, but not a lot. My hope is that you guys can still hear me. Again, we'll find out. All right, turn. Hey, I'm getting better at this. Takes a little bit of time. That's okay. All right, then on the way back, what we'll do is I'll spin the camera around so we can see. Hoping I got some stuff in the mail, and the way I'm hoping I'm not, because it's going to be hard for me to carry both. Right? Yeah. Okay, let's just find out. See how cold it is? Chilly. Okay, where are we doing here? So, let's do this. Ready? Spin. Nice. Okay, so key here. Key helps if I go in the right way. Oh yeah. Stuff. What is this? I don't know. Oh, headphones. Nice. Future video. And oh, lots of stuff. And more stuff. Cool. And not too big. So that's good. Oh, don't fall. Alright, so we're going to now walk back this way, and you guys get an idea of steadiness. Because again, I think that's important. And you guys get a chance to see what the 4K looks like in good light. Because again, that's important. Right? Good detail up here. See what the detail's like. Actually, if I can get close to a tree or something, maybe we can get this close and we can see what the detail is really like. Alright, there's a little tree up there. I'll just go in this guy's driveway, take a little look, see. I got a good pace in my walk, so I'm not, trying to be excessively steady. I'm not holding this any different than I just normally would. Let's just take a look at this guy's tree here. See the branches? You guys get an idea for some detail as I swoop across there. Yeah, that's cool. Alright, I'm going to spin the camera back around. Think I'm going to turn it around? There it goes. Alright, turn. Sweet. Okay, so cool. Got all the stuff. I think my left hand's frozen. Should have done more. Bigger jacket. Yeah. Bigger jacket and mittens would have been good. Jacket, mittens. A little difficult to move around, I have to say, without like a joystick or something. But I gotta play around with the modes. Play around with the modes. Alright, in we go. Spin it around for you guys. Okay, in we go. Okay. There's my cat. See her? There's my cat. Look. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. Hi. Yeah. What? Oh, she misses me so much. All right, I'm gonna go take a look at the footage, and then we're gonna go upstairs, and I'll talk about it. All right, right back.
Okay, so I've had a chance to take a look at the footage, listen to the footage, etc., etc. And a couple things. So, does it suffer in low light? Yeah, without question, suffers in low light. That's not to be unexpected. It's definitely something that I kind of knew that if the lights went down, this was going to be a problem. The sensor in here is not big. It can't be. It's just, a sensor in a big camera is probably as big as this whole camera is. So it is what it is. Outdoors, though, it actually did fairly well. There were a couple issues with hunting that you may have seen where it kind of lost me a little bit and went to the background and then back to the foreground. But for the most part, it kept me in focus pretty good. And I do think that that's something that they can play around with firmware. So today's firmware, and I don't know what it was like before, but today's firmware is on here right now, and I'd say it's not bad. Surprisingly, when you look at the footage, and I'll just bring up this again, if you look at the background and foreground separation when the camera's at this distance, actually fairly decent. I actually like the look. You get actually a fairly shallow depth of field. Like that background blurs out a bit, which was actually, again, surprising for a sensor of this size. Now I know the camera's not far, but still kind of cool. I would have liked to seen the image a tad bit wider, and maybe you can get like a wide angle attachment for this. I'm not sure. I'd have to check with Snoppa to see if you can. I'm not sure if the motor's quite strong enough to hold one, but if you can, getting this a tad bit wider, I think this would be pretty cool. Build quality is great. I think build quality is really good, and I do think that the gimbal itself works well. I think it's actually fairly steady, especially outdoors. In low light, you know, you're getting a mixture of things that are just countering it and working against it, I guess. Outdoors though, actually not bad at all. Audio quality, something to be aware of. As much as I was trying to protect the microphones on here with my hands, there's areas of that video that you really can't even hear me because the audio is so muffled and going on, right? And I apologize for that, but I wanted to test the microphone. It's a test, that's what it is. So I'm not apologizing. It's a good test. That's what it is, a good test. When I came indoors and there was no wind, actually the sound was better than I expected, actually, from a little device like this. Supposedly you can connect a Bluetooth style microphone to this, so that may be something that we look at in a future video. Last but not least, we're gonna put this up against a couple other cameras in a future video. So number one, we're gonna put this up against an iPhone. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put it up against my iPhone, which is a XR, or I'm gonna put it up against my wife's iPhone, which is the 11 Pro. Probably the 11 Pro, because we wanna just see 4K versus 4K. Not even just stability, which is important, but just image quality. Which one is pushing out the better image quality? And then lastly, I don't have it up here with me, but I'm gonna put it up against a GoPro, because really, those are kind of your competing cameras for this. I don't have an Osmo, so I can't really put it up against that, but I do have a GoPro Hero 7, so that we will put it up against to see image quality again. So 4K to 4K. GoPro stabilization, which is internal, which when it first came out, they claimed it as like a gimbal killer, versus a little 4K camera that actually has a 3-axis gimbal built into it. Which one's better? Make sure you guys subscribe, because then you guys can see that video when it comes out. Hit the little notification bell wherever it is. I can never tell. I always point in the wrong direction, but that's important. And that's it for today's video. Probably way longer than I was hoping for it to be, but you guys got to see a couple things, what the box comes with, the setup, and the mess ups that happen with setup. Oh, last thing just to kind of be aware of. When you're doing the firmware update, patience. Please, patience. That's probably where it got me. I followed it on the screen of the iPhone. It was like, yeah, upgrade complete. But your gimbal actually has to go through a restart and install. And I was like, what is it doing? And all of a sudden it just started. Patience, you know, get that firmware going, and then go get yourself a coffee. Go watch some TV. Check out one of my videos if you want. That's cool. Do that. But yeah, don't go farting around with this, because you may screw it up. All right, my friends, I'm gonna leave you guys there for today. A link down below to the VMATE Indiegogo website, and that's it. Like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys in another video soon where we compare some of this to some other cameras. Yeah. All right, my friends, later.